Rutherford here, and I am super excited today because we are finally rolling out the program that all of you have been asking me about. And it's a program that is taking a lot of time to put together. And we have gleaned the elements of this program through researching patients that we've had success with over a long period of time, finding the consistencies that were causing those patients to get better. But more than that, looking at the consistencies that were causing some of the patients to get better, way quicker than I ever thought that they would. And when we went back and looked at these unique consistencies, for lack of a better term, what we started to find out was there was a baseline to what we do. And intuitively, I knew that. I knew there was a baseline because there was this point where somebody came into me and went and said, and started giving me a bunch of symptoms as we were doing an in-office consult or a phone consult or a Skype consult, and I'd be talking to them, and I'd say, well, okay, and I'd be banging my head and I'd be looking at their assessment forms, and they say, oh, by the way, yeah, I got off my diet for a week and a half, and I was like, oh, well, then I can't say anything. You got to get back on the diet. We got to start all over again, and a lot of things like that. So we looked at all those consistencies and we put together a couple of programs that are basically, no matter what I treat, whether I'm treating dizziness, vertigo, balance, brain fog, whether I'm treating fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, we got MS, we got a Lou Gehrig's patient now. It really all comes down to inflammation. If you look up MS, they call it an inflammatory neurodegenerative disease. And people have known for a long time it's all about inflammation, and it is. And the things that we have seen that are most consistent are food sensitivities, and they are a challenge to figure out. You've heard me say they're a challenge to figure out. You've heard me knock some of the testing out there. We have found 2 tests. One's a blood test, one's a hair test. You can do it at home. We can send it to you so you can do it at home. And we've been getting some pretty awesome results using their results. So and then nutrient deficiencies. All of you probably all know you're like deficient in vitamin D, but there's a lot of other deficiencies that can sabotage you getting better, create inflammation, not allow your immune system respond well. And then there is toxicities, and toxicities. I mean, I think we measure like 400 foods. And I think we measure like 90 deficiencies, and I think we measure like 100 toxicities somewhere in there. And so, and these toxicities include not just what's in your food, but what you're breathing, what you're drinking. It's significant. So these are the things that we have found that when people got these under control quicker than not, they would also get better much quicker than I thought they were going to get better, and a lot better a lot of times than what I thought they were going to get better. There's also other things. A lot of you watched our series on Back to Basics, Functional Medicine Back to Basics. One of the first things I say is there's priorities, and one priority is like oxygen. Another priority is blood sugar. Another priority is essential fatty acids. We take care of those in this protocol, and that leads to the protocol. So kind of a thumbnail sketch of the protocol. It's a 3-month protocol, and we get the testing. We get all that testing in. If there is more testing that would be necessary, which occasionally is the case, it wouldn't be very much, and I'd figure that out when we talk, which we're going to talk about in a second. And then there's a diet that goes along with it, and that we've worked up, and we do 11 different diets. So we've combined 2 or 3 of them, so that we have a diet that's a baseline diet, and that works for autoimmune patients mainly. It'll work for a lot of you people who want to lose weight, and then there's supplementation, and the supplementation has been put together so that we handle a detox, but it's a cellular detox, and it's not a normal detox. It's a lot of normal detoxes. You don't get the toxins out into the toilet. They just kind of move around and end up in your brain or in your fat cells. You wonder why you're not losing weight and things of that nature. So, but there's supplements there. So there's these packets that you just take, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Then there's a second phase where you really get into like de-inflaming the person and further detoxing the person. And then, we do functional neurology as well as functional medicine. We pound the brain. You can't fix the body if you don't fix the brain. The third phase is brain. There's some pretty consistently successful supplements in each one of those packets in each level. The beauty of this is that we have I think we have technically 5 programs. We have the program we've been doing for years. The beauty of this is especially now, with times the way they are. These are the times of now. People are getting out of work and all that type of stuff. Some people just want to do the testing. We can do that. We can just do the testing, let that person know, do a consult with them, let them know what we found, and I do a real job. I don't hold anything back. Let them know what they find. If sometimes that person wants to go out on their own, just wants that. Then, so it's a fee for me telling you what the testing said. Then the next one is where the person gets the testing. I do the same thing. I tell them what's going on, and then we have a booklet. The book we put together is 131 pages long, and it can walk the person through this whole protocol. They still get the supplements, they get the testing, they get the booklet, and then we tell them what their results are, and then that person, for a fee, which includes all of that, then will do it on their own. The people who seem to like to do that are people who come in who are already in the field, or they're maybe the dietitians, or they're personal trainers. Those type of people seem to be attracted to that. Right now, that might be attractive because that's the least expensive, for lack of a better term, of the protocols. And then the second protocol, there's 3 visits involved. It's all the same things. It's the same supplements. It's the same 3 months. It's the same testing. But the next 2 protocols are where we would meet with you once a month over those 3 months to look, and at that point we can personalize a little bit more the program. So we can find out where any landmines are. Maybe your adrenals aren't coming around the way we thought they would. Maybe your blood sugar is not stabilizing the way we thought it would. Because we're going to have you fill out assessment forms. These are assessment forms I've been using forever. I can almost just work off of those when I'm in a bind. Okay, well, I'm not in a bind here. And as we were going through this, I realized that we can largely work off of those and the tests that we did for this baseline phase of care, and get quite a bit of results. So it's personalized. It's personalized for the first 2 protocols. It's personalized from the testing. You will know what your nutritional deficiencies are. And let me tell you, these are sensitivities we're testing, not allergies. You already know what your allergies are. It's hard to figure out sensitivities. Sensitivities are like you eat a food and then 3 days later you get a migraine and you don't make the connection. These blow up programs. These are why you guys have tried everything online. You've tried the Hashimoto stuff online. You've tried the fibromyalgia stuff online. You've tried the leaky gut stuff online. It ain't working. It's because this is one of the things you didn't figure out. Nutritional deficiencies, they vary from person to person. Toxicities, they vary from person to person. When we get to the protocols where we're actually meeting with you, one protocol is 3 times during the program, so once a month, and another one's every 2 weeks. Then we get the chance to further fine-tune it and further individualize it to you. And we give it our all. We have a lot of knowledge on doing this. We've been doing it from the very beginnings. We know what the clinical pearls are. We know where the landmines are. And as long as that person fills out their metabolic assessment form each time, we'll know early on, within the first 4 to 6 weeks of the program, where there might be a landmine. And a landmine might be, like I said, it might be that your adrenals aren't kicking in. It might be that we look around and go, you know what? You have a thyroid problem that you didn't think you had. Maybe we should run a thyroid lab marker or something like that. So these are, so they embody all of the things that we feel we stand for at Power Health, which is a protocol that's going to work, and a protocol that's going to be personalized, a protocol where you're going to get the best of the best of the best. There's still going to be people who are going to need the gold standard protocol, because those are the folks. If you're a person who's on like 7, 8, 9 medications, and you're on 25 supplements, and maybe you're missing 3 of your organs, and you're a lot of your supplements and your medications are like pain medications, then this may not be a program to you. We wouldn't deny you from doing it, but we'd give you lower expectations. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We've rolled it out. We started doing it on people around here. We are super duper excited about it, as are the people who have been going through it. So if this is something that you think you'd like to investigate, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to talk to every one of you who has sent me an email over the last 10 years saying, "Can you please help me? So I can't come there. I don't want to do the whole program." You can go to powerhealthconsult.com and you will find all the information there as to how to access one of these programs. I hope that you do it. I hope that I get to meet many of you that have been talking to me for years. It would just be really make my whole day and my whole career to meet you guys. So powerhealthconsult.com, and you'll get all the information there.